Hey guys, how's it going? It is all of us from Head Removal Inc. We are here with episode 4 of Tavern Talk with Head Removal Inc. And we have a lot to say today, or at least ask today. We are doing the main topic of our stream today is streaming advice that everyone gives and that it might be wrong. And we are actually going to be introducing a special guest today who is well known in the community pretty much. I didn't know this guy, but whatever. Shay. So he is joining us today to give us some advice. And we're gonna do our rounds. You already know our special guest Shay, but as you know, call me Samwise. You have Jaboom over there in the corner, your favorite Boomy. You've got Myth, our Death Knight, Cat, the murderous penguin, and Chaz, the famous Rat King. So let's get into some different things here, guys. Like I said, we're talking about streaming advice. Shay made partner recently. He's going to be giving us a good bit of advice today, and we're going to ask him and belittle him and badger him about a bunch of other stuff for advice for the community, because this episode is for you guys, the new streamers, the small streamers, and the mid and even top tier streamers. Everybody needs a little bit of advice. Sometimes things work for others, and sometimes things don't work at all. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that. Some streaming advice that gets constantly recycled. The kind of survivorship bias that you have and outdated Twitch stuff. And then, again, this episode is for you guys. So the opening question that I have is, what advice do you hear repeated in most streaming? And we lost Jib's camera for a second. So Chaz.
No, I'm here. It's my camera. I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay. Chaz, you want to start with us on that one and we'll move down the line? What's that one piece of advice that you hear in streaming all the time? Just one thing.
Just being constant. Your times, like my times fluctuate quite a bit because I'll be just when I log in to play World of Warcraft or whatever game I'm playing, I usually just hop around a little bit. I've never really set a schedule, so they said set a schedule so we know you're on. So that's one piece of advice I always get.
Yeah. What about you, Kat? You're relatively new to this and still starting out.
Stream more. Like, I'm always told to stream more because I'm a girl and I play games. Like, it'll work for me. So stream more.
What about you, Myth?
When you're starting out as a streamer, stick to just one type of content. Like, I stream World of Warcraft. I should just stick with World of Warcraft to try to build up a community around there, and don't hop from like game to game. Being a variety streamer, starting off is extremely difficult, more difficult than just being a one-trick pony streamer.
Mine would be like with Chaz, consistency. That's what you hear the most. It's like the hardest for me right now. That's why I'm just kind of taking a chip off of Shay. Just try to stream when you can. But yeah, that's the advice I've actually heard from most streamers around me, is try to be consistent.
All right. So with those kind of things out of the way, and what we've all heard and stuff, we're going to go ahead and lead into our first topic of today, and that is being consistent. Is it helpful or harmful? Jeb, I'm going to let you take off with this one.
I mean, I think it's helpful. I don't think it's going to hurt you in any way, especially if you find a block that's actually working for you, which I've tried multiple times streaming, like at different periods, trying in the morning, trying in the afternoon, trying to see like when that does best. I noticed that I did better when I did have a consistent schedule, and it was not an hour here, 2 hours here, but like a solid 6 hour stream. I was doing a lot better with that. I think it's helpful. In my opinion, it's helpful.
Myth, what about you, guy?
Wait,
you think the consistency helps?
Yeah, definitely, because just human nature, right? Everybody wants to watch. Everybody's more apt to watch the same thing if it always goes on at the same time. I think Saturday morning cartoons, right? Everybody always watches the same cartoons on Saturday morning. And if you're just consistently there during the weekdays, so I stream generally, Monday through Friday, about 8:39 to about 2 o'clock, and streaming that around that time, build up the same people keep coming back because they know I'm going to be there. So being consistently at the same times is always helpful. It's like when I stream at night, the same people aren't there just because they aren't around themselves.
Gotcha. Kat, you
Uh,
go ahead, Jeb.
Oh, I was gonna ask Myth on that one there too. Like growth in particular. How do you think it impacts your growth?
Yeah, because the word will get out because like me and you, we stream a lot of keys in the morning. And that is not a big not a lot of people do that. So as soon as people realize that, like, hey, these people stream keys in the morning, we'll get a ton of people in that want to do keys.
I
and
have
we'll
one more
land.
question for you though before on that before we go to Cat. Have you had burnout yet? Streaming every morning, doing keys like Monday through Friday.
End of season burnout, just because there's not a lot to do. All my characters are kind of maxed out already, so just running keys to run keys. And there's not a whole lot to do in World of Warcraft right now. So there's just end of season burnout. But other than that, I don't really get burned out on video games because I am a raging addict.
Gotcha. Cat, consistent, helpful, harmful.
It is helpful. I mean, I don't have a consistency because mine would be nighttime opposite of you guys because I work during the day. So mine would have to be like on the weekends where I'm more able to build up the audience and everything. But yeah, consistency is helpful. I mean, it's helpful in everything, like all life aspects.
Do you feel have you felt burnout any like with your schedule? Because I mean, you kind of you would get a yeah, exactly. Where's your burnout come from? Because we actually talked about this a little bit last stream or stream before last.
My burnout is probably every day because I'm already worked a full shift and then I come home to being a mom because that being a parent never stops. So I get burnout a little bit differently than I think with you guys. I think it's like life getting in the way, not so much a burnout on WoW, but just life in general where I'm just like I can't focus on doing keys. Especially where rating comes up and that takes all my mental energy those 2 nights a week. So my burnout seems to be more like every couple of weeks versus your guys's, just because I'm not as much of an addict as my husband over here.
Yeah, yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt,
that's an
no doubt.
understatement there.
All right, Chaz.
So I think being consistent helps, but I find myself not being as consistent because I'm usually streaming with people in the morning or at night. As Izzy Forsaken, a guy I like to stream with because he's a friend of mine. He's only at the night, usually around 8 p.m. ish. The guild that I'm with, actually Shay's guild, uh, they start hopping at about 4:30 p.m. So I start streaming around their time and then catch Izzy in the back half, or I'm with the Doom and Dads in the morning. So my consistency really isn't there, but I have a lot of time to like throw up a stream and try to catch people as I'm doing it. It hurts me a little bit because I'm not as consistent for sure. But it doesn't lead me to catch burnout as quick as other streamers, where I have to be on a set schedule. I have to be on a certain time. Um, and like I said, growth comes, I think, just being reliable, and I usually don't find that. So it has hurt me in the past, but um, I think Shay will probably have a bunch to say about this.
That's who I was actually going to move to next because this will be interesting. So Shay, being consistent, helpful or harmful?
I haven't been really consistent. I try to get on in the mornings after work, but I'm either on really early in the morning or I'm on all night long. I'm never really consistent, but it's also helped me because I get a big group of people in the morning because I'm always consistent in those mornings, and I'm always consistent late at night. So I have about the same amount of people at night as I do in the morning, and they're completely different people.
That's actually kind of cool. I didn't. I mean, I see the normal regulars, but I haven't caught you real late at night. I normally catch you with the morning streams, but I didn't realize it was two completely different groups of people.
Yep, there's a lot of different people because I get a lot of the Aussies and stuff, or like late at night, early in the morning, and
Hmm.
then when they start ending, I get 8 o'clock. I get a whole group of other people that are waking up for work. I would say watch your statistics a lot because I know like Tuesdays are horrible for me on reset. Friday nights are bad for me. Sunday mornings, awesome. I get a lot of people Sunday mornings, but make sure you're paying attention to your statistics.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, because of your schedule, have you faced like burnout any? Because I know that like you stream when you can. I know that there's times where your work pulls you away, and there's a few days that you cannot stream. But then in those days that you can stream, you stream big gaps, like big
Yeah.
streams.
I'm just used to doing 16-hour days because I'm working overnights and then streaming after. So a 10-hour
Hmm.
day to me is like nothing when I can get doing it.
So, do you think consistency or like adaptation around your schedule helped you grow more?
I would say adapting a lot more. As long as I'm making a couple days a week and people know that I'm going to be on,
Hmm.
uh, it, it doesn't mean as much as my, just being there, adapting to what the people are, where the game's at the time.
Yeah.
Like when I did my push, it was horrible. Worst time to do a push. The game was dying. Twitch just switched their partner push, what they consisted what you needed for it in the middle of my partner push. So that cost me 4 or 5 days over 75 because I was quitting right when I hit the average, and they didn't count those days.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wonder
So I had to
why.
do like an extra 6 days.
Yeah, I wonder why. We kind of touched like if breaking schedule actually hurts you because I mean you kind of pushed through even like you said with the spotty schedule you still managed to get
Yeah.
partners streaming in the morning and the afternoon like when you could actually fit a stream in.
Right.
Um all right, we'll go to Sam here. What do you think, Sam? Being consistent, helpful, harmful?
I'm gonna be the opposite of most of you guys. I think being consistent does help to an extent that if you're like in Shay's position where he's been streaming for a while, he has kind of an audience. The consistency does matter because his people kind of rely on him to be their morning. Like for me, I'm at work during the day. My reliance comes from you guys streaming, so I have background noise while I'm working. Because if I work in silence in that office, I can't get shit done. Like it's just everything grabs my attention. But if I've got your guys' music and talking in the background, I work just fine. So I look for that consistency in some streamers. But you guys have already built the audience.
It's true.
So when you're younger of a streamer, not like in age wise, but when you're a newer streamer, that consistency doesn't really matter as much, I feel. And I think it ties more into that you need to stream as much as possible. So when you're anytime that you're sitting down a game, just stream it. Start building up the audience so you have it. And then once you develop that audience, then you can be more consistent. You can kind of set a loose schedule. I prefer the loose schedule because I'm with Kat. Like I'd get burnout quickly because I work during the day. I come home, I have to get dinner going and kicking, and then the wife gets off work, and that's usually when I have the time to be able to play games and stream without the constant little kids, saying "Hey, Dad," and interrupting me. So I just make sure that I don't get the burnout, and if I don't stream that day, I don't stream that day. So, and I try not to feel bad about it, but the one thing that I did start doing that Shay brought up is I've been looking at the analytics more because that is a huge help. And if you guys aren't looking at that, that tells you very well like when people are tuning into you, and like it does make those recommendations of like check these games out if you want to maybe grow a little bit of an audience. And it might be up to you. Like you might not like some of those games, but there might be a game where like that's been on my wish list for a while. Let me check that one out. Just because there's a large category of viewers, like WoW, averaging 95,000 viewers versus like me, who's a Guild Wars 2 player for my MMO, that's averaging anywhere between 500 to 1,500 viewers because it's a smaller community. So like you got to look at both of those. If you have a larger community of watchers, you have a good chance of getting a couple people, just because there's more people watching, but you also have the problem of being at the bottom of the list. So that's where a lot of that consistency, I think, comes in when you're having the bigger viewers.
When I first started, I was doing like half an hour, 45 minutes of just chatting before I would start actually playing the game. That helped out a lot my first 6 months because those people are going to be there just to listen to you, just to talk to you. They don't care what else you're doing. They don't care what you're playing. They're just chatting. They're there to chat.
Yeah, I can see how that would help. I do agree with that.
Just in here to chat.
Catching up on chat here. Do we have anything? Any questions from the chat?
I didn't see any. No, I didn't see any directly. I think we're good.
Showing off the dogs.
Yeah, showing off his pops.
I'm saying I don't know if anybody's watching mine, but I've got my two of my three cats just chilling on my desk all the time. They're just sitting there cleaning each other.
What's in the cup, Cat? What are you drinking? Little sauce in that coffee, or what are we drinking over there?
What up with Myth?
Maybe.
She's got to make sure she's ready to give. She's got to be ready, sauced up to be able to give Myth that other black eye.
Oh God, guys.
Well, wrapping that segment up on being consistent, we're going to go ahead and move with Myth on grind harder, like hustle culture versus sustainability. So if you want to go ahead and take over, Myth.
So the biggest thing about grinding harder, don't stream too many hours and burn yourself out. You kind of want to play for the long game. So like get a good schedule that will work for you, with a good amount of hours to stream. Just because you're streaming a ton of hours doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a lot more growth. You want to stream enough, 6 to 8 hour streams. You don't want to do the whole 14 plus hour streams. Every now and then, it's fine, but not very long streams. You'll just burn out super fast. And obviously once you burn out, it's you're kind of going to be toast with streaming. You're not going to want to stream. But a special, super long stream every now and then, that will definitely help out your grind. Say, for instance, beginning of the World of Warcraft expansion, HRI community is planning on having a big old long stream at the very beginning. But yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're talking about these hidden costs of grinding. Do you find yourself playing the game any off of stream? Like, do you not touch games at all outside of streaming, or do you find yourself finding a little bit of time to enjoy a game outside of Warcraft, or just even enjoying WoW by yourself?
So World of Warcraft, the only time I don't stream WoW when I'm playing is during some Mythic raid prog. Other than that, there are some games I do play off stream, just because for various reasons. Like I play PoE 2 off stream. My majority of WoW time is spent on stream for sure, except for Mythic.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick because I have a serious question to ask. Because you've been talking about the playing games off stream and stuff. Did you get a controller so we can finish watching you play Final Fantasy VII on stream?
No, I have not gotten a controller yet.
Don't look at me.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to send me your address, and I will fucking order one for you.
yeah, we can send you a controller. They're not that cost efficient, but we definitely will send you one. We want to see it.
We got to see that first. For the chat that doesn't know, Myth has never played Final Fantasy VII ever, so this is a first playthrough for him. 25 years after the fucking
Surprised
release.
everybody, by the way. I mean, this guy talks about playing all these games and all, you know, his favorite being Final Fantasy 12 or no 10, and then you find out that he never played 7, like at all.
Yeah, one of the top contenders of them. He's like 10
Yeah.
and 10 and
Yeah,
12.
that was good. That was definitely good. So with that, from going from Myth, let's go to Shay here because I'm kind of interested. Like, so what's the cost of grinding to you? Like, do you do anything off platform, like off stream, Shay, or do you strictly just when you
Except
play
for touching
games,
his
it
UI?
is on stream? Yeah, outside touching UI.
No, it's not a lot. No, because I'm usually either building an add-on or messing with stuff I shouldn't be a lot.
Yeah,
So
no doubt,
I
no
break
doubt,
a lot
no
of
doubt.
things and then end up spending 2 days fixing them. 90% of the time when I'm not streaming, it's because I broke something.
No doubt, no doubt.
I started streaming because of a bet to my kids.
Oh, really? That's
Mhm. Yep.
interesting. So how let's get into that. So how'd that bet come about?
So my youngest was watching Twitch all the time. I've never watched Twitch in my entire life. And he said that I couldn't do it. I said, watch me. And I said, I'll be a partner within 3 years. And I didn't
That's
understand why
great.
people would watch other people playing games until I started watching Twitch.
I think it's more about the community than it is the games. It's just a
Yes,
hangout
yes,
is what it turns into. Just legitimately a
100%.
hangout. You become friends with all these people. You look forward to talking to them every day. Now, an interesting question, like for you, when you first started streaming, how many hours did you stream like then versus now? Do you think do you feel you streamed more hours then, or do you feel like you're streaming a lot more now?
This goes back to the adaptability. So I started streaming because I was the GM as just our guild raids, and I wasn't getting anybody. My original name for my Twitch was Catastrophic Endgame, my guild name, and I would stream our heroic raids. I'd get maybe 4 or 5 people tops, and those were just guildies watching.
Mhm.
I've rebranded 3 times. Not my name, but my icons, my logos, everything until I have what I had now.
Mhm.
I customized everything myself, made it exactly the way it was me, and
Mhm.
nobody else did it, and felt comfortable with it. And then I rolled with it, and people started watching. I never stream with a plan. I always come literally walk in my door from work with my coat on, turn on my computer, let out my dogs while I start stream.
Oh, no doubt.
Mhm.
What do you think the biggest mistake small streamers make? Like the biggest grind mistake they make?
Too many hours. I think too many hours, and then they get discouraged because they only have 4 or 5 people watching them. It takes time, and there's a lot of networking. I always tell everybody that's a small streamer, it's 50-50. It's 50% networking, making new friends, getting to know people, and 50% streaming. If you're not spending your 50% off stream, you're not doing it right.
No doubt. No doubt.
He's on
What
E.
what should someone with, 10 to 15 hours a week focus on? Like someone that doesn't have a lot of time.
Uh, Whenever you got a spare moment, I would be in somebody else's stream talking to them. Like I said, making friends. When you can be online, you can be online. Otherwise, there's always a second you can be on your phone. You're in the bathroom, right? You're on your
Mhm.
phone.
Mhm.
You can be
You
in
don't want to
somebody's
take
chat
calls
talking
at
to them.
work, so you're in stream.
Yeah.
So honestly, you're saying like networking is just as important as streaming. Like you should be
100%.
dedicating at least 50% of your time to
Mhm.
networking, jumping in other streamers' chats, talking to them, meeting the people in their community.
Yes. Yep. It's just as important. 100%.
No doubt, no doubt. That's a great piece of advice there. Because I mean, it's I find myself like I jump in streams. I find myself in the afternoon at times like not. It's not that I'm not staying engaged. I just have very bad ADHD, and I'll start doing like 50 things, jumping in too many different chats, and then I'll start reading a book, and yeah, yeah. So
Yep.
I should probably work on that.
Right.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
have,
with
Yeah.
that,
It's. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Shay. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I know so many people, like so many different streamers. I think 50% of my viewers are other streamers. When I just started that stream team, within what 4 days, I had 50 streamers on my stream team, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
not even close to how many people I know.
I've met a load of people through you, and your community's been great. I mean, that's one
Mhm.
thing I can say. Your community is definitely a good community to be a
100%.
part of. I've met a lot of people. I've had a lot of people from your community come over and harass me.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
they're good people. They're good people. They are. They are. With that being said, we'll go to Chaz. Like, what do you think about grinding harder? Like, what do you think's the hidden cost of grinding? Like, do you play games offline much, Chaz? Because I mean, you being someone that is working and streaming as well is a lot different than kind of like I can say you have the same with like Shay here. You can only stream like when you can. You've talked about like mornings, afternoon streaming. So is it more or less when you're on games? Are you streaming? Do you find that off platform time? I mean,
A lot of times, there's games that I play that number one, I wanted World of Warcraft to be kind of my main focus when I went to streaming because I was one of those streamers, and Shay will yell at me when I say this, that was doing keys for viewers, and I would just pug a bunch of anywhere from tens to down to twos, where I was helping the little guys get up, and some of these guys were getting on ults and stuff, and then running more with me. So it was just to build more of a I want to play with you type of base. Um, but some of those games I can't play with others, i.e., the single player stuff. So if it's not a multiplayer fashion, I usually play those off stream. So Hearthstone, I enjoy that a lot. I like playing the battlegrounds, but you can only do 1 to 2 players as a team or by yourself.
mhm,
I've been getting into Fallout, which I know a few people around me, like Jib, you like Fallout a bunch, and I
mhm.
want to get into that more where I can play with other people that are just in the game and know stuff, but that doesn't bring a lot of value to if having people in your stream and having them come in to play with you. Apex is kind of the same thing for Sam, where 1 to 3, right? And like most of the time, he's got Grizz with him, which is a good friend to him to keep him pushing through ranked and stuff. So there's only one space there to fill, which I jump in and try to help out when I can because they're in ranked and a lot higher than I am. But I'll play that offline just because I want to get better so I can get into that content with them a little bit further and maybe even touch ranked one of these days. So a lot of time I spend a lot of time outside of game just playing stuff that I like because World of Warcraft will eat my time in stream because that's what I've been known for, what I've been coming back for. So that kind of leads us into our next segment, right? This one's kind of
Yeah.
devoted and pushing Shay a little bit, and everyone else can jump in on some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, so we can just laugh a little bit about this one. Made it funny, kind of break up the monotony of just talking about streaming and stuff. Shay, you're known for World of Warcraft. We have seen that brick counter that Simplex made for you.
Big brick
Um,
counter.
you're over 1,000 bricked keys for the season. Did you realize that it was up that high, or did you just not look at that counter after about 500 and just say, "I'm not going to look at this anymore. You guys can just see it"?
It was hard not to look at it when all my viewers were bringing it up every 5 seconds. A lot of those bricks were just walking into the dungeon, pulling, because I don't think it started really adding up until I was over like the 15s, 16s. And then when I started hitting like the 17s, it really skyrocketed just because of the first pull wipes, start over. I think that has a lot to do with the being resilient keys because you can just start it over and people don't care if they wipe the first pull.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
if you were breaking the key back down from a 15 to a 12, I don't think I would ever brick a bunch of 12s, right? It's when you start getting higher and higher that it started doing that. Going back to what you were saying about playing with other people, I always tell people, and I'm glad that I checked, is that I don't want to get locked into a certain genre or niche where I'm only doing viewer keys or I'm only pushing high keys. I don't want to do that. I've talked to Dogroth about that too, where like, let's say Addison or Leaky or those guys only do viewer keys or carry people through raid. I don't want to just have to do that. That's not why I want people there. I want them there to be hang out with me, chill. If they need help, I can help them out, or I can just push.
So you kind of answered my second question, which was, do you think it was intentional that you were breaking those, or you're just pugging at a high level that you just
It was not intentional at all.
Right.
I don't
And
break
I
keys on
said it's
purpose.
very
Nope.
Yeah, and I said it's very easy to hit the abandon button. Like if somebody just doesn't want to do this and they're like pushing the highest they've pushed, like you have that first wipe and just the abandon button comes up and it's like, hey, let's abandon this and let's try again. Or I
That's
see
dude.
bricks coming a lot from that too.
That is the most fairest point on that. And I mean, you can take Priory for example. As soon as you get that first pull, and the one thing that can possibly go wrong goes wrong, and a player dies. As soon as that abandon pops up, and they know it's like a rezil, it's an instant abandon, and then it's a restart because it's very imperative that you get that first pull done to get a good time. I mean, a good shot at timing that key. And I can't tell you how many bricks I had just on Priory alone, people restarting or key due to that first pull going sideways. But one question I do want to ask you, Shay, is when did you realize that you were really getting up there? Like, did you kind of know the whole time, like your counter was going up, or one day did you look at it and go, oh shit?
The moment it got really bad is when Simplex redid the brick counter to show percentages. When it started showing a percentage.
Yeah, we asked for that.
I know.
So that was actually a suggestion I made to Simplex, was to show percentages on the brick counter. So you're welcome for that.
That's good. I had to. I really had to ask that for Chaz moved on
Myth
here.
always
Like, I
causing
wanted to
trouble
know
over here.
if it was like a certain day you looked up and was like, oh shit,
Nope, I did not ask for the percentages, and I didn't know I was at a 20% brick or 20% not brick. Yeah, it was bad when I looked at that.
I think
I almost
I got a
reverted
question.
it.
I think it's even worse though that your counter is only counting over a certain key level.
It's only counting 10s and above.
Well, that's because he only runs 10s or above. I mean,
Right.
There you go. What would it take to drag you into a 4 for a learning session?
I've been doing that the last couple of weeks when I was bored. I was just getting into LFG, and I was helping out with the 2 leather.
What's
Couple weeks
isn't
ago.
No doubt.
isn't
harder
the
than
I was gonna say isn't the famous saying 2s are harder than 10s between you guys?
Yeah.
That's what I hear all the
Yeah.
fucking time.
I forgot what affixes were. Like, I haven't played an affix in so long.
Oh yeah, I know when we've helped like boost characters to get gear, we'll go from a 12 where there's no affixes to a 10 and they'll pop up and we're like, Vlad?
Instantly, it's what's this shit? Like, where'd this come from? Yeah.
So when we talk about these brick keys and stuff, what do you think is what is the most egregious brick offense? And what's causing these bricks? Is it just someone not interrupting, people not knowing dungeons,
Egregious
bringing the wrong
offense.
person?
Being at pugs. If I was in a group, a push group, I don't think I'd have half of what I do. It's getting in with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, or you can't tell if they got carried to their IO. So you get in with them, and you got a 3700 healer that can't heal. And all of a sudden you get into a HOA on the first pull, and they can't handle the AoE damage.
Yeah. That happens quite often too, like more than a lot of people would think. You get into a key, you pug people in, you think you have a solid group, and you find out on the first pull that you made a very bad decision.
Yep. And there goes your key.
So with these pugs, outside it being pugs, what do you think's the most common reason like one would break outside like just I play with random people? Is it them not knowing the dungeons? Is like not familiar with mechanics itself? Is it people not knowing like their class coming into content that's just above what they're capable of playing? Like, what would you say the most common reason is for it breaking outside of it just being a random player?
I don't know, because I would say most of the players at that key level, like 17s, 18s, know what they're doing. Most of them.
Did your Canadian slipping out?
Is it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
The accent.
Yeah,
it's the
don't you know?
Don't you know? It's normally first pull, or let's say I can't even think of the freaking name of the spider. dungeon we ran.
Oh, Arikara.
Arakara. Yeah.
Yeah,
That has
Arikara.
two
Ara,
major
Ara.
places that people wipe in, and it is the first bowl and going across the bridge.
Yeah, the first
The other
big
reason-
bug.
Yep. We've had fantastic groups, but you miss it by 10 seconds. I've missed so many keys by under 30 seconds this season. It's nuts. I've missed a couple by less than a second. And it's just because we missed one interrupt, somebody died, you're done, right? But you don't know that until you get to the last boss and it's 10 seconds to the kill and you didn't make it.
Yeah, they're always the worst too. However, when you time it, but with like 1 second left, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Right.
So it's the best of both. I mean, it's either high or low. Yeah.
I got something I wanted to bring up. So Chaz brought up the fact that you bricked over 1,000 keys, and you kind of made an event of it. When did you realize that you were close to 1,000 brick keys, and so we're decided to make an event of it?
I think it was around 850 that I knew I was going to hit it, because a couple of those days we were doing 50 keys a day, right? Well, out of those 50 keys a day, we probably bricked 48 of them. I went 3 or 4 weeks without timing a key that I needed. The one was getting my 17 resills took almost a month and a half just because of Priory.
Good old Priory.
Such a hard dungeon. Such a hard dungeon, man. I
Especially
agree.
how
That was always
going
the
up
hardest.
in key level. That one's the
Mhm.
worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Priory always give me a fit too.
Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of input on the key part and stuff like that because I'm not a big WoW player. But I want to ask this question because this is the one that it's part of this in Farce Bricking. What is your guys' least favorite key because of the brick status on it?
Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker. Just because of
Dawnbreaker.
the bugs,
1,000%.
just
Dawnbreaker?
because of the bugs. I mean,
Dawnbreaker?
they had a year and a half to fix a dungeon, like to just make sure we didn't fall through a boat or fucking ads disappear.
Is that-
Yeah,
Is-
somebody knocks them back and they're just.
So
the key's done.
Dawnbreaker, because I've watched you play them, is Dawnbreaker the one with the airship and you go through the town and you have to turn that one mob so he doesn't shoot that purple orb and blow everybody up? Okay.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
center of the town.
I've seen that one fucking so many times. Like, why the fuck did you turn him towards a wall?
Yeah. Dawnbreaker's got a lot of rage moments with it, like a lot of rage memories as well.
I don't rage
Yeah.
much, but on that key, yeah, I do.
I've watched that one a couple times and just been like, man, this is why I like dodge on Guild Wars 2, because I could simply just double tap or dodge.
I'll point out one more thing about Dawnbreaker, and this will go with your dodge. You can't dodge shit you can't see. So, like, when purple circles are supposed to be on the ground and they go under the fucking environment and kill you because you can't see them.
And then you check your recap death and you're like, it wasn't there.
Every range has had that happen in Dawnbreaker.
Yep.
At least once. Guaranteed you've been clipped by them purple circles going into the monastery or coming out pulling those mobs. They just go into the ground and you have no idea where they're at.
Yeah, it's always going into that dungeon. It's always like, oh, what bug are we gonna encounter this time? Or are we gonna find any new bugs?
I'm telling you, even in chat, Obsidian, I agree with you. The purple circles, they're terrible. Now, if you could just see them, it'd be all right.
I know me
I
and
had
Myth
my-
were in a streets, and we got to where you have to put the passcode in, and they gave us the passcode, and it wasn't even on the list, and there was nothing we could do about it. We had to abandon that key.
So back-to-back bricked keys, what keeps you from just logging off for the day? Like, what keeps you going back into the next one and just trying again?
Oh, such a good question.
No, I do not get upset about anything. I could brick keys all day long and not get mad about it. I try my best not to complain when I'm in a key about anybody else. Sometimes you can see it on my face. I'm very expressive about it.
I'm the total opposite. I'm the total
on my
fucking
face.
opposite.
I know people that have been on YouTube because they've been complaining about people and they didn't know they were on their stream. Yeah, I've been in security almost my entire life. I've had people just scream right in my face. I don't get upset about stuff. If I could brick keys all day long, if somebody makes a mistake, I make mistakes all the time. I'm not going to worry about it.
So like that when you have like a 10-hour stream and you're just, I mean, brick in a key, brick in a key, brick, you just keep going, just turn it off,
Yeah.
just keep going.
It doesn't bother me. As long as I have time to play, I'm playing.
That
must
would
have
cause
the
me to have
patience.
burnout.
Yeah, man, you've got patience.
My competitive
you need
nature
patience.
and me doesn't allow for most of that shit. Like if I was doing it, I'd be like, nope. I see you guys run them for just the fun and stuff like that. Like me, I would only be doing it if I played WoW as a competitive pusher because I have competitive nature, and that's why I play Apex, is because I try to push. Like I'll play for fun. Like since Chaz has been doing it, and we hop into pubs and stuff like that to help him learn some new tech, new moves, aiming, routes, different things like that, or just as a warm-up and stuff like that. But whenever it comes down to it, I like, even playing pubs in the past when it wasn't as like where 90% of the lobby dropped to one POI, I would definitely still try to win in a pubs, and I would tell like Grizz, my duo partner, that I'm not playing this game to just play it. I'm trying to win. If we're not trying to get to the top 3 or first place or anything, why are we playing? Like that's just how it is, and that's why we 90% of the time are playing ranked, is because there's a reason to push now. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't do what you do, Shay, and just be like, we lost like 30. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I was
why I
stuck
don't
in
play
HOA
Apex.
for what, 6 hours the other day, over and over and over.
I just feel like that
Oh,
dog,
man.
that meme of that dog sitting in the room on fire and be like, it's fine.
No,
Yes.
The rabbits from open season getting launched against a garage door, that's how I feel when I just keep doing the same key over and over again. Like face meet wall, face meet wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I
what
used to have a big problem with chat bosses, right? So
Mhm.
I'd look over at chat, and if I haven't streamed in a couple days, I'll still do it. Where if I'm not consistent, I'll get good at it if I stream every day, right? I have no problem glancing over and reading chat. I don't even have to pay attention to my screen. But if I haven't streamed in 2 or 3 days, and I'm it's just something doesn't click right away. It takes me, 4 or 5 keys to, okay, I can read chat again before I'm not killing the entire party.
Yeah, no doubt.
I gotta train Myth though.
I gotta
because
learn that because
think-
I struggle where Myth will be like, you have someone in your chat, and I'm just like, but a key, like damage. I need to do damage.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I
Myth
check. If I get in to another person's stream right away, a new person, I'll see how fast they respond to me.
Myth made a comment. Myth
Don't
made a
come into my
comment that he
stream,
doesn't
please.
like. He doesn't like pugging and breaking them, and I thought to myself, I was like, the only way for us to get into the higher stuff is probably to brick a few, and I think risk comes reward, right? And I think Myth this next season said he's pushing, but I think he's have to get past that I don't want to brick this thing. I actually want to time it over and over again.
Yeah, you got to get used to them. You're gonna brick a billion.
It's like if we've done consistently on 12s, and then you go into the pug life, and there it's like that 12. We've got the damage, we've got the gear, and these people just aren't doing what they're supposed to. That's when he gets frustrated. Pushing the keys, he knows we're gonna brick them, and yeah, he just has to deal with it. Like it's gonna
There's a lot of
if
times
the
though.
group is just doing mechanics and working together, you don't trigger my guy. I think it's when people are openly like not using defensive stuff like that, but you're gonna run into it in pugging. That's why I've always told him, like, if you're gonna push, you need to do it in a controlled group, like an absolute team. Like that's what's
You're still
gonna
gonna
work
mess
for
up.
you. Yes, you're still going to mess up, but with it being a lot more controlled, you can grow as a group, as opposed to having a pug group that's really good into a pug group that is really bad, into a pug group that's really bad, into one that's really good. Because I mean, we've all been there. There's times I've run into groups where I want to chill with them. I'm like, hey, if you guys are doing another key, I'm down. Like, this is a good group, I'm down. And then there's been other ones, as soon as I time the key, I'm leaving the group because we barely got out of there, but with the skin of her, key. So I'm just, no, let me out. I'm good.
The one thing I can't stand is being in a Discord and the group that knows each other is just chewing each other's asses for doing stupid stuff. Like one small thing and the entire group's blowing up at each other. I can't stand that.
Person you'd like to name names, or
nope, I'm not naming a name. I
Okay.
thought about it and I'm not gonna do it.
All right, where Myth is in the
Wait, can I say it? Can I say it? Is it? Is it
I'll
Chaz?
say it.
I don't know. I know
Doom
the
and
name.
Dad's kind of get into
Myth.
it a little bit.
Stop,
Well,
man.
yeah, Doom and Dads get into
No,
it.
stop
I'm over
it,
here
stop
like,
it.
guys, I go into that
Yeah.
mom role over here.
Listen, let's be fair. We get together every morning to fucking argue, and sometimes we may run keys. Like, let's be honest.
I know
So
when I've been
does-
at work, I've had to moderate. I'll hop in stream and I'll just hear Chaz and Myth going at it. And I'm like,
Oh,
guys,
fucking
I just
daily.
stopped. I just stepped in. Stop.
So-
Like,
Yep.
get along.
Does your chat motivate you to push the higher keys, or do you do it on your own, you think?
I don't think they've ever motivated me to push higher. Like I said, this whole season was kind of a test trial to see if I would still have the viewers if I wasn't helping carry people all the time, or if I wasn't giving away viewer keys. My problem with viewer keys is I don't have a group, right? So I'd get off work in the morning and I wouldn't have a group set up to do viewer keys. So I kind of had to get away from that a little bit. If it's later in the night or afternoon, I can get people together and I've been streaming for an hour or two and I can get a group and they're willing to help me, then I'll do viewer keys. I don't have a problem with it. But I didn't want to get also caught in that niche, like I said, where I am just doing that or I'm just doing this.
Okay. What has bricking taught you about your patience and your patience level, you think?
I've always had patience. I'm not worried. This is the highest I've ever pushed. I thought it was fun, like really, really fun. I think I should have got farther, but I got far enough.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you actually enjoy pushing. I think
Mhm.
there's too many people that push for a score and don't necessarily enjoy it. I think it's like a competitive nature that drives them. But like personally, me, I run keys because I enjoy them. Like that's why I
Right.
run Mythic Plus. I enjoy the shit out of them.
Well, it was bad because my viewers know that I was going to stop at 14. And then I
Yeah.
got to 14 and I started getting 15s. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my 15s. And it just kept going. I would
Yeah,
have went
man.
to all 20s if I could have.
No doubt, dude. No doubt.
All right, this is going to take us into the quick fire. I'm going to ask you some serious questions. You just say true and false, and we'll probably laugh about a few of them. So, true or false? Plugging is harder than raiding.
True.
Okay. Taking breaks saves more keys than pushing tired.
False.
You think, okay. So don't take a break, keep pushing through the tiredness and get through it. I'm with you. Tilting is contagious in pugs.
Yes.
Most players quit right before their breakthrough.
True.
Okay. No one bricks more keys than Shay CE.
True.
Myth is a good tank. Yes or no?
Pass.
Pass. Oh my god. That's a no. That's a no.
Chaz, that one came from left field. What the fuck?
Yeah,
my
I
dude?
wanted to put that one in there. So you know what?
Me
Sometimes I
plus.
feel there is a yes and there is some no's. You know, I want to make sure that Shay CE got his lick in. All right, good.
My
Kat,
man
I'm
still
gonna move over
catching
to you.
strays.
I'll move over to you for your next section.
So, is it better to be interesting or being live when you're streaming?
I would be both. Try to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't have a plan like I said. So I just I condone people to be themselves. Don't try to put on something, a false face facade that you're not, because you're not going to be able to keep up with it all the time.
Right.
That's a
Get
fair
caught in
point.
that.
I
Yep.
feel like
Yeah.
there are some that do that too. Like they create a persona for a stream, and it's really hard to keep that persona up.
So you
It is.
Right.
Yeah. Did you bring the charger?
So that leads into the next question of how did you overcome talking into the void? Because that's one of my biggest things about streaming is trying to talk
It hurts
to
when I lean down
either not a lot of viewers or into the void. How did you overcome that?
Just narrate what you're doing. I'm
Yes.
casting this spell. I'm doing this for this reason.
Yep.
And people will listen to that and then start asking
You should meet
questions.
like
Then you
this
get
love
chat.
feedback.
Just narrate everything you're doing. I don't like not having, like I have people that don't talk, right? If I'm at 3 o'clock in the morning, I have 80 people in there that got rated into me, but nobody's talking because they're probably sleeping. You'll have 1 or 2
Yeah.
people out of 80 talking just because
Mhm.
it's raid after raid after raid and they keep getting rated into you. Yeah, just keep talking. Just narrate every little thing you're doing in the game. Eventually, somebody's going to ask you a question about it. I also have little tips that sometimes I'll misspell something in my title. That'll bring people in because they'll want
Yeah.
to tell me that I misspelled this or I did that.
That's
Yeah,
a cool
this-
trick.
this
I'm
is
gonna
what
Not
steal
to
I
that
come in.
one.
Yeah.
That might bring in
People
a lot of
think I
viewers.
do
Be
it on
like, you know, you
purpose.
misspelled this. Be like, well, hey, welcome in.
You
Yep.
know,
And then you get a viewer
another
out of it.
another way that I looked at this was potentially you're not always going to just gain viewers through your live audience. Like there's going to
Right.
be times that people check your channel out when you're not streaming. And I've
Yes.
thought to myself and tried to keep a mental note, like when it is stagnant, like if someone was to click on this video, could they watch it outside the stream? Like if I'm sitting there just playing, not really narrating what I'm doing or talking about the game or what it
Mhm.
is that I'm seeing. And that's what I tried to start doing. Like I notice when chat's dead and I'm streaming by myself, I start talking about my class, what it is that I'm looking at, what buttons I'm pressing, why I'm doing it. So if someone was to click on my video at a later time outside of me being live, the video's actually semi-cohesive. Like you could sit there and listen to it and potentially gain a
Right.
viewer from that.
Yes, 100%. Yep. I'm not going to watch somebody that doesn't talk and they're just playing the whole time. It's I'm not going to hold anything against somebody that doesn't have a cam. I think it's just more expressive when you do.
I agree
I
with that.
can't imagine myself not being on camera. I feel weird not being on camera because people can't see what I'm doing and they can't see my reactions.
Yeah,
half of the people,
my face says it all. Like if my
Yeah.
tank fucks up, I'm over here like, ugh.
Yep.
Half the
No, I'm
time,
very,
like, my
very
tank's
facial
usually
expressive.
mid, so you'll see me do the side expression. What was that for?
Yeah. I've tried not to be in a bad mood. People have caught me a couple times. Like bad night at work, and then I'll come home and stream, and somebody will give me shit in my stream, and you can just see it on my face.
I've
Even
had
though I
it
try
slip.
not to do that.
I've
Yeah,
had it
if
slip.
my mouth doesn't say it, my face does. 100%.
That resting bitch face kick in too hard.
A little bit.
I try
yes.
to tell myself as well, like when I like once I'm like in that bad mood and I've said something, I even go through a spiel like, listen, dude, you're live right now. Like, calm the fuck down. You're okay.
Right. Yeah. I know VODs, they can't hear your music in it because I've been copyright striked a couple times. That's why
Oh
I
yeah.
don't stream on YouTube anymore, is because of the music copyrights. But I get a lot of people that just have me in the background just to listen to the music I'm listening to.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
So it does make a difference on what you're playing.
I don't want
Remember
to
that.
let chat control my music, man. Like, no offense. I've come into your stream and I've been banged, like rocking out.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I don't know who played it. but
Fucking Baby Shark.
Kick 'em
Yeah,
out.
Baby Shark.
Black
Donkey.
Lion.
Yeah, that's the worst. When Simplex is in there and you get a big raid, and then all of a sudden Wonky Donkey or Witch Doctor's playing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Oh, see, I would say if it was Alvin and the Chipmunks Witch Doctor because it's just too cute.
I didn't think about that one.
Oh,
We should switch to that.
Don't. I'm telling you, it's giving them ideas.
I got used to it. There was a couple
Got
days.
used
Well, shit, it was a long time where it literally every other hour I was listening to all 4 of those songs.
Oh man, no. I would mute my music for myself to where I couldn't even hear it. I'd be like, "It's fine. You guys
Yeah.
just rock out all day."
That's me
Yeah.
90% of the time is I have my music set for stream only. I don't even have it on monitor unless I'm playing like RPG or something like that in the background, but
Yeah.
I can't do it for other games.
But you're always playing shooter games. You're worried about hearing little footsteps creeping up on you. Like,
That does the one day I did play with the music on low in the background, and I was still able to focus on footsteps and shit like that. But if I can't hear him, man, Apex is bad enough to where the audio breaks sometimes, and there are just some silent characters, and the biggest one is like Horizon. Like she has no fucking footsteps for some reason. And this game's been out for 28 seasons, and we still have a problem with audio, and they have even made an update to settings to where there's focus audio now, so you can hear enemy gunfire and footsteps over your own teammates now, and it still fucking doesn't work right.
Yeah.
I can't watch COD. It's too loud, too many gunshots. Like I have friends that stream it, and I can't listen to it. Like it's just too much.
Gotcha. So we talked about the camera, and having a cam. How important do you think that the rest of the setup is? Like your setup, for instance, you have your Pokemon slabs behind you. You have your little cool neon sign. That's your name,
Let's
and
not
everything behind
forget
you.
his little stuffed animal that's poked up there with some
Yeah, his
gangster
little-
hood and horns on. I don't know what it's wearing.
It's a little dragon outfit. That I got
Yeah.
that because I got this freaking Labubu for my daughter, and she already had it. So then my wife got this costume for him because it's
The
like
costume's
my
cool.
logo.
Not
I like the
the
costume.
Labubus.
I like the costume.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
God.
So
costume's dope.
if you ever watch, I don't know if you can go all the way back to my original like VODs. I was literally in my living room in a different room using the video broadcast with the background remover, and it
Mhm.
looked like complete shit. Like
Oh, no doubt.
forever. Yeah, it was bad. I would say your audio is a lot more important than your visuals. But your stream also has to look, decent too. But if they can't hear you and your audio's all messed up, it's gonna mess everything up.
Audio is
Not
the
to
one
mention
thing
they're gonna
I
stream at
fuck
you.
with all the time because I just
Mhm.
I stream in my living room because I have 3 kids and we've all 3 bedrooms are taken. We don't have an extra space, so I have to constantly mess with things, and like last night just to make my audio better because I have cutouts. Certain gates don't want to work properly because it'll just cut out on my lows because when I talk, I kind of trail mid sentence and then it won't pick it up and the threshold will do it too much. But if I change that threshold any, then I pick up other noise. So it's like there's no happy medium, and I guess I'll never get that until like I get a professional mixer and start working into that.
Are
But
you using the video broadcast?
no,
You should be.
I
If you have an
I
NVIDIA
used
card.
to. Well, see, I used to, but it failed more than what it did, and like Jeb can contest to this. Like we both when we were using it, like it would just break constantly. And OBS has a ton of filters in it already that I use, and that's typically what I use. I've even downloaded the Reaper plugin to get some more professional style ones, and that one does work a little bit, but it has a weird thing. Like so, like I said, I can be talking, but like middle of a sentence or like every third word kind of deal, like it'll cut out for a second and then it'll kick back in and it makes it sound like I'm breaking up. So I just keep
Have you
playing around with
tried Still
balances.
Series? GG?
How long has it been since you tried NVIDIA broadcast?
It's been a month or so now, at least.
Yeah, so I got away from the video when I found out I could go to Still Series and make it do exactly the same thing. I can clap in front of my mic as hard as I can, and it won't pick it up.
Yeah. What is it called? Steel Series what?
Still Series GG. It's where I can split out my sound, like my music is literally at 1% while everybody else is listening to it loud.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see. Elgato's Wavelink just recently updated about a month or so ago, and now you do not need an Elgato product in order to use it, and you can split up every single piece of audio, and it uses virtual plugs, so you can then split that into Discord, and you can use all of your filters from like OBS and stuff to filter into Discord rather than using CRISPR, or whatever the other one is. I can't remember. So there's a lot of functionality to that, and that's another one that I've been looking to play with. But the one time that I did play it, for some reason, it messed up a bunch of my audios, and it was throwing my music into my microphone and streaming it into Discord. I was like, that's not supposed to happen.
Right.
So
yeah, I'd check out Still Series because you can split everything in there. Like I can split my Discord, I can split everything into different channels, so I can hear it a lot quieter than my stream actually hears it. So I'm not blasting my music listening to that. It's literally at 1%. I can barely hear my music sometimes.
yeah, I usually I have all of my audio channels set up with in OBS, so I will tune them down or up depending on that, and I'll do the monitor for some of the stuff. But games, I can't do it with games, especially Apex, because there's that little bit of delay, and I've already been shot by the time I would hear it if I did it. I tried it one time, but it was like I said, it was just too messy. But like I said, I was going to play with that Wavelink a little bit more because you can do the rerouting and, like you said, the individual channels, and change for stream to hear louder, but me to hear quieter, and so forth and so forth. But
Yeah.
I'll definitely check some of those out. I might try the NVIDIA. I have NVIDIA Broadcast downloaded again because I was using it for the camera, or was going to,
Mhm.
because it's gotten a lot better. And I was going to download this cool plugin called Stream Effects, but they want to charge you for it now. So it's like,
Yeah. And the video also uses a lot of CPU.
it does. It would tell me that it's being overloaded.
Mhm.
And I mean, I have the newest AMD 9950X 3D. So,
Okay.
and then I have an NVIDIA
You'll
4070 Ti.
brag about your CPU.
Yeah.
Listen,
right.
my wife told me that I hadn't built a PC for myself in a while. I've been building for friends and everything like that. She said, "Build what you want this time," and I was like, "Okay." I took it.
Tell you no.
Yeah, well, you know. So I took it
Agreed with
literally, and I was like, "Cool." I got me a really good motherboard and a really good CPU. I did not buy a GPU because I was like, 4070 Ti, I'm fine. 50s were not the greatest anyways. So
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure your CPU is more than my whole setup.
no, that CPU was only like 600.
So Shay, question for
Mhm.
you: If you
So-
could go back, erase everything, and you were to start today, what's step one?
I would actually like to do that again. Was creating all of my scenes and overlays. I had so much fun doing that and creating my own, emotes and all the other stuff that I could. Um, the way my overlays are set up, finding new things, like when I found Lumia stream, figured out how to do Spotify. I was watching YouTube videos all the time, and I haven't been able to do that or create anything new in over a year because I have everything set up exactly the way it needs to be, and I haven't had to touch anything.
I was wondering, like I've thought about doing the rebranding thing before. You've mentioned like rebranding, but then like that question in particular, like I would love to take what I know now and be able to just walk back a year and restart all over again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's amazing how much you soak up in a year, from just like how you mentioned the networking, the people you meet, how to do your overlays, your setup to your cam, like certain things that I would definitely focus on, including channel points. Like people love that shit.
Yeah, I get harassed with mine all the time.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. I was getting complaints for a few days that I could have turned all mine off.
Yeah, a lot of people were killing me in dungeons with them, so I had to make them a little smaller.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Because I don't think a lot of people realize that it's over my main monitor. So like when you show one of my HFXs, it blocks my screen. I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
I
not
don't
doing
cheat.
that. They can see it. Oh man, I don't want to put it to where it blocks my screen. Then I'm
Mine
just
were
gonna have Miss
so
screaming at me
loud.
all day.
I got some that were so loud, some that are still really loud, man.
What do you
I'm trying to
think?
cut down.
Do you think it's important that you do content outside of Twitch, like to grow your channel? Do you think it's important to post like clips on either YouTube or like TikTok or?
It helps. I'm really, really bad at it. Like I used to post a lot of like shorts to YouTube, shorts to TikTok. I still try to once in a while, and I've got viewers from them. I'm just not very good at it. I don't have a good editing tool. I don't want to pay for one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helps.
Yeah, I was wondering. It was something that I started real heavy with at first, and it seemed like it was adding a lot to the stream, but it just life got busy. I slowed down on doing it, and then once you get out of habit, it's hard to kind of get back in that set schedule again. And I definitely need to go back to doing it for sure. One last question on this one. Like, do you think it's more important to grow like a tight knit community or just have numbers in your chat?
I'd rather have a community. At least they're consistent. They're gonna come back. They're there for you.
We actually mentioned that the one day about like helping people kind of like push to partner. They'll hold those 75 viewers, everything, and then once they hit partner, they're back down to like 20 viewers sitting
Yep.
there.
Right.
So I guess building that community would be really important. So like you hold that partner, you hold those 60, 70 viewers every day as opposed to, just having it for that month and then all of a sudden it dropping down.
Right. Everybody's gonna drop if you're doing a push, right? I wouldn't recommend anybody doing it till you're at least to like 50 and been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people trying to do it at like 15.
Yeah, it
As
doesn't
soon
make
as you get
sense
done
to
with
me
your
to do
push,
it.
it's gonna drop again. I would rather do it at like 50. You're gonna drop no matter what after you do a push. If you do a push to partner, your numbers are gonna drop after that, and then you're gonna have to build them back up. But you don't want them to drop from 75, 80 back down to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of big streamers is that it will
Mhm.
they'll do that and it'll have, an 80. Like even like one of our other friends, Barry, like when he was doing his subathons and stuff, he was getting, 100 plus viewers and stuff like that. And then he dropped off even before he took his break and stuff like that. So like there's definitely times where you never know what's going to happen because streaming is very unpredictable and you never know if today's going to be a good day or if everybody's on vacation, because that's how it seems some days. It's like I wish I could figure out why I'm still plugged into Stream Elements even though I've got it all blocked, but I still get analytics from them for my last stream and it's like, you stopped for a while, like go away, I'm done with you. But it tells like you did better or you did worse, and I'm just kind of like, I like the analytics. I'm very big on the analytics side of things. I like studying stuff. I like doing things, and like we're talking about overlays and in the chat and stuff like that. And you said that you wish you could go back and do it all again. I never fucking stop. You can ask these guys. I am constantly changing my overlays, my camera, my borders, my nameplates, every fucking thing. I am always tinkering, and I'm in IT, and I've had somebody tell me like that doesn't dictate whether you like to tinker or not. I was like, it kind of does, because that's why I got into the field, is I like to play with anything electronic and software, whatever, and stuff like that. But we get into a lot of different stuff, and we did a really nice session there last weekend for like 2 days where we just worked on this podcast overlay and made it very cohesive, transitions, cameras, all the borders. We wanted to make it better, and every single week we do make this a lot better. But like I said, I love doing that stuff, and like I will never stop doing that stuff.
I have
There's a
2
question that
questions.
was-
I was going to say there was 2 in chat. I want to touch
was
the
bringing them
first one
too.
from Serial. Do you think subathons are worth it? Like, would you recommend doing subathons?
Me?
And yes,
100%.
100%. How often would
it
you
wouldn't have
think
to be
like
a subathon though? It would, you don't have to do it to get subs, but you do have to still give something to your audience, right? That's why subathons, you do it because they're there to give you money for your time. Well, I just did that 1,000 brick whatever I did, right?
Brickathon.
Yeah, when I was kid, I didn't even think about it. I was giving that 100,000 gold away an hour. I had so many viewers in there, but my problem, if I ever went back and did that again, I wouldn't be doing it at the top of the hour for the giveaways. I'd be doing it randomly throughout the hour, so they don't just tune back in at the top of the hour every hour.
I got
Yep.
you. I got you.
That makes sense.
I see what you're saying. Because they'll kind of pick up the time or that you're doing it. They'll just go do what they're doing, make sure they're back at your stream.
Right.
1 o'clock for the roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Within that 10-15 minute where I was doing it at.
One other question we had here is, why was it so important for you to be partner? Why do you think most streamers are pushing for it?
My big reason was to bet to my kid, but after that, I think it makes it easier. I didn't like having to, like when you are networking, get into the channel and be like, talk until something came up where, oh yeah, I'm a streamer, hi, type thing. Where when you have the check mark, it just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
People see that and then they're like, oh, I'll come check you out. Other than that, it's not for. I don't stream for money, so I have a job for that. I know a lot of people do, and that's why they push to partner. I like meeting the people. I like having to be able to get on, and there's always somebody to play with.
Here's just more or less for the check marks that people will listen to, like acknowledge you now without you having to say, "Hey, I'm a streamer."
Yeah,
he's really saying I'm real. Okay,
right.
Don't mistake that. I'm an actual person.
Yeah.
Well, I also give out a lot of advice to smaller streamers. I get into streams all the time while I'm at work. If I have time and people have 10 viewers or whatever, and I'll be like, hey, man, if you need any help with anything, let me know. Here's my Discord. And I've been doing that ever since the day I started streaming. I've always like, Woo and all those guys. Woo, the first week I met him, his audio was so bad that you couldn't even understand what he was saying. And he got partner before I did.
Jiboom TV says, I have a bunch of artwork if you'd like to look at it, Shay. If you want to get some stuff off that. Are you interested in this?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I get that. I still get Discord bots all the time.
The bots are
Oh,
awful.
yeah. I got one.
I got a new overlay for now. We only have a discount that's going to go on for the next 3 days, and you can get it for 80% off. And it's going to be a hookup. We're going to start at $6.99 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got one yesterday. It actually like interacted in my chat. He was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And like there was a little bit more into it. He actually redeemed. Yeah, he redeemed a stretch, and I was like, I've never had them do that. And then he messaged me on joined our Discord, friend requested me, messaged me, and I have my Discord set up to where you can message me. I'm not private in that manner where you can't. And like as soon as I started, like, hey, are you looking to grow your stream? Nope.
Yeah. I've had a couple of them talk to me for 3 or 4 days before they ask.
People flag us down in Discord. They're like, I got one.
You're in our Discord every now and then. You'll see a massive fucking kick wave. You'll be like, why did 6 people leave our Discord? That's me. Your suspicious spam activity? Okay, gone.
Yeah, I get whispers all the time.
When I get those random invites and I see that the only mutual server that we have in common is like Shay's Discord, HRI Discord, or just one Discord, I'm like, I always message them back. What are you trying to sell me?
Chaz is constantly messaging me. He's like, who is it that is constantly getting the fucking bot calls?
Yeah, dude, like mine who joined an HRI and he gets spammed more than anybody else I've seen.
Yeah, he's constantly like, Grey Matter again. I'm like, what the fuck? How do these
don't be
people just
this.
know?
They might watch this. Yeah, don't be revealing this. we've been getting a lot of them out.
I just told him to start sending to me. I'll start reeling them in. Like, yeah, I'm totally.
Is it in his chat, like his Twitch chat? He might not have his settings set right.
It's in his in our Discord.
We had another one that just popped up here from chat. What's a way to grow your views?
Networking. Getting to know people.
I think networking is going to come back to a lot. I mean, I think
it is.
You're going to have to invest a good bit of time getting to know people, introduce yourself to other communities, get involved with other communities.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it's just as important as going live. You need to be doing it 50-50, 100%. There's still, like, you guys in your community, there's still a whole nother side that you guys have never met of my community that I'm friends with.
This is true. I'm slowly getting to know your guild, though. This is positive.
Yeah.
I think.
I've hopped on your guild Discord a bunch to shoot shit with them, help out with.
I know.
Just to fucking give me trash. That's all they're doing.
Oh, I know.
The trash on the rats. Yeah.
I think a lot of the stuff goes there too when it comes to that is like cross stream, like dual streaming and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of stuff out there, like Twitch is the most known, and then Mixer came around, and that was around for a little bit before it was gone, and it was the better streaming platform because you could actually stream in 1440 at 60 frames or 120 frames. I think it was the 120. That's what everybody was like hailing, and then that went away, and then Kit came about, and then we've got old stuff like Provo, and nobody knows what the fuck that is.
I kick.
Yeah, I'm not on that one, and you don't make money really well on that unless you're at partner, because you get paid hourly. Yeah, and they have a ton of bots, and it's really bad for that. But the other ones are, TikTok and YouTube. Like I recently just started dual streaming to YouTube, and that's not growing anything, but it's making it to where I have a little bit more. Because the algorithm is typically better in there. I can make clips, and YouTube is better for the shorts, and then so is TikTok.
Yes. Right.
And those are the ones that where your algorithm's going to benefit. Their algorithm's going to benefit you to help you grow, and then you can drag those people to your live streams for Twitch.
Yes. Yeah, I was making full length YouTube when I first started before I got my copyright strike on there, and I wasn't getting barely anything. Put shorts on there. Put shorts on
You're
TikTok.
really mad
It
about
helps.
that
It does.
copyright strike, aren't you? You've brought that up like 3 times.
Yeah. Aw, stupid music copyrights.
The little intro, our little fireplace intro gets fucking hit by Twitch's little bot
I
thing
don't
that they do.
understand that. We
I-
talked about this last weekend. It's just crackling fire.
It's because it sounds like the crackling fire on this ASMR book of fucking
Yeah.
like I was like, what is this? So I opened it up and I was like, okay, it kind of sounds familiar, but it's
Dude, it
definitely
hits us
not.
every
It's just a
week.
fucking
It-
fireplace.
It
Like,
hits
what
us
the
every
fuck?
week. I just don't understand it. I just don't.
Yeah, that's one of the only things I've changed recently is my opening song.
I like the opening song, the new opening. The new
Yeah, I like
opening
it too.
song. Yeah, it definitely
that
works,
song's
my guy.
fire.
It definitely works.
I got question about stuff that for that content and things for you. Do you think that making like how you have that opening song and trailer kind of deal, like we've been talking about making a trailer amongst us and using like top clips and combining it somehow, and we're all doing different video editing to a sense and trying to get better at that because we really do we
Becoming
want to make
sentient.
we're like we're trying to make a like a trailer of us so that way we have something that plays. Do you think like stuff like that grabs people?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because that's gonna, especially if it's trailer before you even go live, the people that are gonna stop in there, most 90%, you guys all do it, right? You're scrolling through TikTok or Twitch or anything, and you see somebody that you like, you click on them. You know, first 30 seconds, you're gonna know if you're gonna watch them or not, or if they got a cool opening song, you're gonna stay until they go live. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep scrolling.
Yeah, I currently when we're not doing the podcast, I have my ads because you can't fucking turn them off. I have 3-minute ads every hour, so that way it's just that's like a good break, and that's something that I've noticed. A lot of people say is like that is actually like the better setup because you can time them a little bit better, and that's a really good time for you to get up and stretch, and not help with your day-to-day stream burnout. So you have a little bit of a break in between, gives your viewers a little bit of break. They expect it and whatnot, rather than doing like the 30 seconds every whatever.
Yeah, I started doing a minute and a half just because when I was pushing my keys this season, I didn't want people gone for 3 minutes out of the stream. I'd rather have them gone for a minute and a half, and then if we're in a boss fight, they're still going to see the end of the boss fight. But yeah, I think I do a minute and a half every half hour or something like that. But that's just because I was pushing. When I was doing viewer keys, I would do. It still says an alert in my stuff that I take a 5-minute break between keys. I used to go smoke and walk around. Well, I stopped doing that, and that's why I vape now.
No breaks for you.
No breaks.
It's something I need to do though. Like every once in a while, I need to get up and like stretch, walk around, take like 3 minutes, go get some water. Especially like days before when I would do longer streams and I would find myself, I'd go back and watch my video. I'm like, dude, you were just sitting there for 4.5, 5 hours. You didn't even move once. Like you need to get up.
That's
know
another
what?
thing you just brought up. Watch your VODs. Watch your VODs back. Make sure you were entertaining. Like you can tell if you made a mistake in what you did and how you reacted to it. Make sure you're watching that because you can. There's a lot of things that I seen right at the beginning. I was like, I should fix that. I can't be doing that anymore.
No doubt, no doubt. Critique yourself. Become your own worst enemy. Kind of go
Right.
through, take notes,
You know
realize
what's
what
good,
it was like when you were doing good with chat. What, Myth?
It's a good strat to force you to get up and walk around every now and then.
What?
Just instead of having a comfortable gaming chair, get yourself a nice basic wooden kitchen chair.
The
Legendary
the
chair
chair will
still
live
goes on.
forever.
Dude,
Yeah,
when
it
he
got passed
showed
down
me
to
what
our
he
youngest.
was sitting on, I was like, Myth, there's no way, my guy. Like, that's what you've been streaming, sitting on 5-6 hours a day? He's like, yeah. I'm like, your back don't bother you?
The problem is when we first got together, that's what not that specific chair, but a wooden chair was what he gamed on. And I was like, how can your ass handle this? He goes, got used to it. That's what he told me. So when I started gaming, I was like on like 5 pillows, blankets. Like, I'm like, my ass can't handle this.
Well, just know that that chair has been passed down to future gamer generations, and it lives on.
It's true. It's the same exact chair. It's now at
You
my
got you
son's
got to break
computer
them in the
desk.
right way.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They earn
But
it.
hey,
They
it's
earn the
working
computer
because
chair.
our youngest will be over here and he'll be like, I have to take a break. And I'm like, cool, buddy. I'm glad you're listening to your body and not just sitting there for 4 or 5 hours. He'll be like, okay, break time, go play. Then he'll come back in. He won't immediately hop on. He'll be like, can I go back on my computer? So he knows like the rules already. And it's generally changed how he's been since he got the computer. He's listens better, which I thought would be the opposite effect, and it hasn't. He does. He listens better. He's more helpful around the house, and he's not sitting there complaining when we tell him to get off. He's actually choosing like, I know I need that break. So he's really good at listening to his body.
All right.
Well, guys, we're getting starting to get a little bit closer on time, so we're going to move on to the last topic before. I think. No.
Yep, I was just getting ready to push it to the closing.
We have another topic. Apparently, I don't have the card for it, but it's like the good, the bad. Just really depends. So when we say to stream every day, we don't really mean streaming every day. Chaz, Shay, do you think that ending with low viewers is a problem?
I don't really pay attention, especially now. I don't pay attention to it. Like I'll rate out half the time, and I'm like, oh, how many people do I have? And then I won't even know until I'm rating out.
That's the biggest thing. Raid out. Always
Yeah,
raid out.
100%. Always. No, it doesn't matter if it's just you in there. It's instant. They know you're a streamer, right? It's just the same thing we were talking about with the check mark. You don't have to bring it up. You don't have to fight for, letting anybody in that chat know you're a streamer. You rate it out. They know you're streaming.
Do you think that rating out to people with 1 to 2 viewers is better than rating out to somebody with more viewers?
I wouldn't rate out massively above your own viewer count, just because it looks bad and looks like you're just rating to get people from their stream. I rated out to people when I first started with 400 people. You don't get a single follower out of it. But if you rate out to somebody that's got 10, you might get 2.
Yep. I've noticed that as well.
It doesn't help to raid the bigger streamers because they're just there to watch that bigger streamer most of the time.
So they're watch the Serial Man in chat. He is one of our other content creators that we've recently invited. He's actually part of my wife's family. He's cousin-in-law is what you would call him for me, but he does this weird little technique, and he's just hoping that one day it actually works, and he will knock on big streamers to see if they'll collab with him. He said he thinks
Smart.
one day somebody's going to accept it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, why not? I'm just gonna play with this random dude. What's up?
Right. Well, you gotta gamble.
Yeah,
I
so-
like it. Take risk.
So Etchy, you're asking, would you rate out to someone who's very active in helping if they're bigger? One of the biggest things that the Head Removal Inc. community does, and we do very well, and I praise this for this tremendously, is that if you are a starting out streamer and you're active in our community, we have no problem helping you push to the affiliate status if you're starting out. Like we will 100% help you. And we love doing that. We'll go in, we'll show you some love, we'll help keep your chat a little bit active, we'll get you your viewer count, we'll give you the advice. Stop in. That we're all small time streamers with the exception of Shay, who is, our guest today. But we will help you guys. Like if you guys want some help, be active in our community. That's the only thing that we require from any of you guys. It's like just be active in the community. Like that's how we noticed you.
I'll say some of the big time streamers like Shay. Shay likes to come into the small streamers and leave a follow and definitely watch you for a little bit. And sometimes we'll even get notes and like even send out to you because he's even messaged me, hey, do you think you should change this? Because, this could help you out a little bit. Or even he's sat down with me from time to time. So you can get friends that are big streamers that are down to earth like Shay is, where he'll definitely just sit around with you and he'll talk shop with you and be like, this is how we function and this is how we make things better. And that's huge for me.
I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Another thing too, HRI we're not a WoW community. We're a gaming community. Sure, a lot of content creators like primary game is World of Warcraft, but we play other things. Sam here doesn't play WoW at all. Refuses to. He plays a bunch of other games.
Yep.
Chaz, he plays Apex, WoW, Apex, some other stuff. Jib streams Fallout, and then we have a 1 second. We have a few people in our community that are big into survival games as well.
Yeah,
Yes, which
so we're-
speaking of, we're going to do a survival server. I wanted to get it up this month. It looks like it's going to be towards the end of this month. So that's something else that will be coming up with our community, will be an enshrouded playthrough. So anybody interested, just make sure you reach out to me, let me know. Just ping in the Discord.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Why So Serial in chat. He's a Dead by Daylight guy.
Yeah, he is a survival horror fanatic, so you'll see him playing a lot of those horror style games a lot. And then of course another thing that the community does is, like tonight, Saturday is typically our community game night. We'll do big party games. Last week we were playing Deceit 2. We've played Lockdown Protocol, Goose Goose Duck, Among Us, anything that is a large group, because typically we have anywhere between 6 to 10 people on the average, and there's not a lot of games that fit that category as far as allowing without a mod. So if you guys come up with something, pop it into the game channel and say, hey, this would be a good game for community night. We post a lot of that stuff too.
Even suggestions for the podcast. You guys come across any type
Yeah.
of like content or article that you think would be interesting, throw it in the suggestion channel. That's why we have it there. Link everything you guys like, something you would like to see on a podcast, or like an idea for the podcast or anything about that. That's what it's there for. Link it in the channel, please.
Yeah, there is a channel specifically for suggestions. It's a forum channel, and it's got an open one for the podcast. If there's something that you guys want to hear us talk about, or debate or anything like that on the next podcast, please bring it up. We'll add it. We'll figure it out. We might even make the whole episode about that. So we've got some coming up here soon. Myth has a topic planned for March 7th podcast, which is 3 from now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that one is going to be all about the midnight release and like preseason checklist. So if you want to,
Actually, shouldn't we do that right before it releases? Second one in February?
I was
We'll talk about-
thinking, yeah, I was thinking that maybe we could do like half of the 28th podcast, or the 21st podcast is like the
like a final checklist going in.
yeah, like pre-midnight
checklist.
release checklist, and then the after one is like, hey, this is what we've already noticed, and
Yep.
this is what you want to do. So that
Yep.
would be a good idea, guys.
I got you.
All right. Well, I guess with that being said, we'll roll into the closing here. We'll go, Shay, what's one piece of advice streamers should ignore?
It's a tough one. I would say probably streaming every day, because you're going to get burnt out, especially if you're doing longer streams. If you're doing just a couple of short streams when you have time every day, that's fine, but don't push it and don't get discouraged, because there's breakthroughs. I've noticed it where you'll get the 10 viewers and then it takes forever to get over 10. And then you get to 20 to 25 and it takes forever to get over that. And then the biggest one was 35. Took forever to get over 35, and then it just jumps after that. It goes in brackets. Don't get discouraged. Don't get burnt out.
So that you're saying there's always plateaus.
Yeah, there's plateaus all the way up.
Do you have
What
any
advice? Go ahead, Sam.
I was gonna say that I was gonna say the same one. Do you have any advice for those 0 to 5 viewer people to maybe get past that?
Network, yeah, get to know more people. I had a big debate with a guy the other day that's been streaming a little longer than me. I met him when I first started streaming, and he is against talking or rating out to anybody because he thinks that they're going to steal his viewers. That's not going to happen.
That's weird.
If it does, then you didn't need that viewer anyway. Most
It's
time
kind
when
of
you're
an odd
rating
take.
out, yeah, most time when you're rating out, it's when you're getting off anyway. So they're not going to be there to watch them if they didn't start when you started. So it's not going to hurt you to rate out and meet new people. Don't ever think that. My philosophy has always been we grow together, not separate. So the more people you help out, it's going to come back and help you back out.
Yeah, on the rating out thing, especially in the World of Warcraft streaming scene, those people that are like 10 to 15 viewer streamers, 95% of them are extremely helpful. Like if you rate out to them, they'll drop you a follow. they'll promote your stream for a little bit within their own stream. So just continuously rating out to a variety of people. Don't always be dead set on rating out to the same person.
That's I was gonna just say that
will help out
too.
a lot.
Because I got into the habit, and I try not to do it, where I always look for somebody new every once in a while. Even though I know so many people, I'll always rate out to somebody that I've never rated out to before.
You did that to me my very first stream.
Mhm.
The very first stream. And I held on to that and I was just like, I don't know what to do. Hey guys.
Shay
Yep.
always comes in with a gob. It's great. It's great.
Your first rate, your Kat's first stream, you rated her out, and that pushed her so far to be to get affiliate.
I got
Godsmack
affiliate
made
within
a
a
good
week.
point. Godsmack made a good point.
Congrats.
If you're raiding and dipping, make it known, but it's always good once you raid to sit and talk for a little while. Get your chat talking with the person that you did raid.
Right.
Spend a few minutes there. If I do have to raid and lurk, I normally make it known like, hey man, dropping by. I'm sorry, I got to run out the door. I'm leaving you a lurk, and then I walk away from my computer.
Right. And most people that are also streaming understand that, like Tecker just said, it's mentally draining. I'm more exhausted after I get done streaming than I ever was not streaming and gaming, just because it takes so much mental capability to keep up with chat, streams, try to stay entertaining, talk to yourself. A lot of people think streaming is easy. It's not. It's not as easy as people think it is.
So on that
Definitely
topic,
agree.
let's go ahead and go. Let's get some final thoughts from you, Shay.
Like I said, don't get discouraged. Keep it up. Don't get burnt out. If your numbers aren't up there, meet new people. They'll come in, they'll help you out. You help them out. Like I said, we all grow together, not separate.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we are at time. We're going to go ahead and close here. We want to thank you all for tuning in, offering some questions, great feedback, very interactive with the chat. So, again, thank you all for that. Shay, thank you so much for joining us, giving everybody this advice. If you have any other advice, please tell the guys in Discord, in your chat, my chat, anybody else's chat. That's fine too. But again, thank you so much, guys. This YouTube will be uploaded onto our community one, which I've linked the channels already for you guys. But with that, we're going to go ahead and close. And as always, remember, keep your head on or don't. Have a good one, guys.
Later.